Students, today I am going to teach the module 5 of VTU syllabus of microcontroller and embedded system. That is, the topic is RTOS and IDE for embedded system design. In this module I am going to teach about operating system basics, types of operating system, basic design using RTOS, task, process, threads, multiprocessing and multitasking, task communication, task synchronization, how to choose an RTOS, integration of hardware and firmware. These are the topics I am going to teach in the 5th module. So, beginning we start with operating system. Since you have studied in the separate subject as operating system, I am going to give an overview of operating system basic. Operating system definition: operating system is a program that controls the execution of application programs. It is an interface between applications and hardware. Operating system provides different types of services to different users. It provides services to program like load of data into memory, allocating disk for storage, files, or directory for open or read, etc. So, you can see the diagram: user, applications and hardware, in between managing memory, managing process, managing time, managing file system, and input and output device management. You can written or separately as a kernel services. So, what are the main goals of an operating system? The major design goals or functions of an operating system. The major design goals or functions of an operating system are efficient use of a computer system, user convenience, ability to evolve. An operating system is a software that manages the computer hardware. The hardware must provide appropriate mechanisms to ensure the correct operation of the computer system and to prevent user programs from interfering with the proper operation of the system. So, efficiency is one of the parameters for use of computer system. Operating system consumes more resources during its own operation. For example, it uses CPU and memory. CPU is busy with scheduling and memory is occupied by instruction and required data. So, an OS makes a computer more convenient to use. If the operating system cannot allocate the free available resources to program, or it over allocates the resources, then efficiency is poor. Computer contains different types of resources like CPU, memory, input output device, etc. So, monitoring properly is required on these resources to avoid an overhead. So, as per the resources, scheduling is required. And another goals of an operating system is special attention is to be given for CPU and memory. If memory is not free, then user cannot load new program into memory. Then CPU will be busy with memory management. Next thing is, you have to remember what is this kernel. These are the layers of kernel: user application, kernel and computer hardware. In between the user application and hardware, kernel layer is present. This is the basic structure of the kernel. Where is the kernel is present? In between user and the computer hardware, kernel is present. What is this kernel? Kernel is a software code that resides in the central core of an operating system. So, central core of an operating system, it is present. It has complete control over a system. A kernel is different than the shell. There are two layers of an operating system. One is a shell layer and another one is a kernel layer. But the shell is the outermost part of an operating system and a program that interacts with the user commands. The kernel does not interact directly with the user. Okay, it is not going to interact, but it interacts with the shell, other programs and hardware. So, it is interacting with CPU, memory and I/O devices. The kernel performs its task in kernel space. Executing processes and handling interrupts are performed by kernel in kernel space. User performs its task in user area of memory. Memory is divided into system area and user area. This memory separation is made in order to prevent user data and kernel data from interfering with each other. Hope you understood the points. So, what is this process management of an operating system? How it manages? Process refers a program during execution is called as a process. The process abstraction is a fundamental operating system mechanism for management of concurrent program execution. The operating system responds by creating a process. Process needs certain resources, CPU time, memory, files and I/O devices. These resources are either given to the process when it is created or allocated to it. While it is running, when the process terminates, the operating system will reclaim any reusable resources. The term process refers to an executing set of machine instructions. Program by itself is not a process. A program is a passive entity. The operating system performs following activities for the process management. User and system process are created and deleted by operating system. It allocates hardware resources among the process. It supports for deadlock handling. It provides a mechanism for process communication. Process progress is also controlled. These are the certain functions of process management, working procedure of process management of operating system. Next type of management is memory management. Memory management modules of an operating system are concerned with management of primary memory. Memory management performs what are the functions? It maintains the status of each location of main memory, determining allocation policy for memory, supports for allocation techniques, performs deallocation technique and policy. Allocating a memory and deallocating a memory. Determining allocation policy. Various policies are there, which policy has to be chosen for memory, and maintaining a status of each location in the main memory. The memory management is primarily concerned with allocation of physical memory of finite capacity to requesting processes. The overall resource utilization and other performance criteria of a computer system are affected by performance of the memory management. The whole system is affected by the memory management techniques. Many memory management schemes are available and the effectiveness of the different algorithms depends upon. There are many algorithms and many schemes are available for the memory management. User programs are loaded into consecutive memory locations by using a base and limit register. Limit is the final, which limit and starting base address. When process is executing, the base register is loaded where it has to start the physical address where the program beginning in memory, and the limit address is loaded with the length of the program. It gives the size of the program. That is why we are going to use the limit address of the register in the memory management. User can load a process with only absolute address for instructions and data. Only when those specific addresses are free in main memory, programs, instructions, data, any other data structure required by the process can be accessed easily if the address are relative. Dynamic reallocation is one of the technique. It requires extra hardware. It is mapping of the virtual address space to the physical address space at runtime. Dynamic relocation makes it possible to move partially executed process from one area of main memory into another without affecting other processes. This is the way memory management does in the operating system. The next type of management what we do in the operating system is device management. Storage device is one of the mechanism by which the computer may store information in such a way that this information may be retrieved at later time. Secondary storage device is used for storing all the data and programs. These programs and data accessed by computer system must be kept in main memory. Size of main memory is small to accommodate all data and programs. It also lost the data when power is lost. For this reason, secondary storage device is used. That means non-volatile, volatile. It's a volatile, so we are making it to non-volatile. For this reason, secondary storage device is used. Therefore, the proper management of disk storage is the central important to a computer system. Next is operating system is responsible for the following activities in connection with the disk management: free space management, storage allocation, disk scheduling. The entire speed and performance of a computer may hinge on the speed of the disk subsystem. This is about the device management. And the next type of functionality of the operating system is file management. You know, all the data it is stored as a file. How to manage that files are called as file management with respect to operating system. Logically related data items on the secondary storage are usually organized into named collections called files. In short, file is a logical collection of information. Computer uses physical media for storing the different information. That means a file may contain a report, an executable program, or a set of commands to the operating system. A file consists of sequence of bits, bytes, lines or records whose meanings are defined by their creators' names. For storing the files, physical media, secondary storage device is used. Physical media are not different types. These are magnetic disk, magnetic tape and optical disk. All the media has its own characteristics and physical organization. Each medium is controlled by device. Operating system performs following activities in connection with the management. What are the activities? It creates and deletes files. It maps the files onto secondary storage, creating and deleting directories, take backup of suppose M files on stable storage media, supporting primitives for manipulating files and directories, transmission of file elements between main and secondary storage. Therefore, file management subsystem can be implemented as one or more layers of the operating system. User can access and control files and devices using a small number of functions. These functions are known as system calls. For example, opening parenthesis and closing parenthesis. It is a system call. Open a file for reading, writing. Data is written to an open file with the write system call. A process closes an open file when no longer wants to access it. Next is process has its own data structure and file descriptor table. File descriptors are normally small non-negative integers and the kernel uses identity the files being accessed by a particular process. Whenever it opens an existing file or creates a new file, the kernel returns a file descriptor that we use when we want to read or write a file. File descriptor table contains name of open files. Whenever any process calls function for operating a file for read and or write, the kernel will resolve the path name to the file inode. This is the theoretical part of the operating system. The last type of management is nothing but input-output system management. The module that keeps track of the status of the device is called as I/O. That is I/O traffic controller. Each I/O device has device handlers that resides in a separate process associated with the device. I/O system means it consists of memory management component that includes buffering, caching and spooling, a general device driver interface and drivers for specific hardware devices. This is about the basic information of the operating system and kernel layer. The next session I am going to explain the types of kernel, that is microkernel and monolithic kernel, and comparison between the monolithic kernel and microkernel, and types of operating systems. That means what are the general purpose operating system and real time operating system, GPOS and RTOS in the next class. Thank you for listening.